Good morning. Good morning, everybody, on this lovely Thursday morning. I think it's overdue. I mentioned, if you've been paying attention, I was going to start on this living a life, the meaning of life. You know, living a life awareness is on my brain because we're going to do that. We're going to pick a name this weekend for who gets that, and living your best life according to Nala the cat. So why don't I start off here? Let me show you. Here, you got a bear waving at you. That's how it opens up. Halt. Whoa. Stop right there. Before you read any further, there's something you really should know. You may have opened this little book expecting it to be filled with answers, but surprise, surprise, it's actually a book about questions. And what better picture than an owl, a wise old owl? This may not be what you wanted to hear. He got the ears to hear, don't he? Most people don't like questions. They like answers. And if they don't get easy answers straight away, their eyes immediately start to glaze over. Pretty soon, they're off in a lovely daydream about dancing cupcakes, singing turnips, and soaking in a bathtub filled with warm vanilla custard. If you'll notice, I put the lighting on this other side of the tablet, and it's shining at me, and it's working better there. So, and this is important. If you feel like saying questions, who needs them? Then this is your last chance to throw this book away and wander off to watch reruns of Gilligan's Island. I repeat, this is your last chance. And you can walk away if you don't want to hear about a book about questions. Now we start the meaning of life. Show you the first picture here. It's a little seal. Isn't that cute? No matter how you look at it, life is strange. Very strange. For example, it's an indisputable fact that we are all made of the precise same substance as the most intelligent, creative, magnificent life forms in the entire universe. I wish I could hold it up and flip it and do it, but there's my new cast, guys. It's just not easy to do that probably right now. Furthermore, we are composed of the exact same atomic matter as the mightiest mountains on this planet and the brightest stars in the galaxy. Of course, this is also true for potatoes, snails, and meatloaf. Perhaps that's why there's so much about life that doesn't make a great deal of sense. And there you go, a potato. For starters, why are we so overly impressed by and obsessed with objects and achievements of immense scale? When it is actually the tiny little things that, when put together, make big things possible. Why do we try to create our own little worlds so we have the illusion of being completely in control of our entire existence when we know with absolute certainty that we are not? And you got a goldfish on the first page, and oh, lo and behold, curiosity killed the goldfish on that one. If the goldfish don't watch out, huh? Why do we go on and on about individuality being the very essence of who we are and then accept a degrading level of conformity in virtually every facet of our lives? And there's the page with the conformity sentence. Why do children believe in fairies but grown-ups don't? And why do we get so hung up on what we don't agree on when in fact it's our differences that make life interesting? Now, like I said, I'm not going to do the whole book right in one sitting, but we're going to do a few more pages, and then I'll see what I can do tomorrow about, shouldn't take me too long, but here we go. After all, half the world is upside down, so there's absolutely no reason why we would all agree on everything. Even something as basic and profound as don't chew with your mouth open is not as widely accepted as you might think. Why is it that when passions are inflamed, we choose to argue and fight? When dancing the cha-cha is less injurious, far more enjoyable, and equally effective in resolving the tension. And then there they are. There's your two bears doing the cha-cha. Polar bears at that. And why do we feel drawn together as a species? Yet we steadily build up defensive barriers around our innermost feelings and beliefs so we can never be truly close to anyone. And that's the one that puts up its defenses, and it's hard to get close to them. Believe me, I had them walls up for a long time. Didn't want to get close to anyone, afraid of getting hurt. But nobody can hurt you unless you let that part of it in. Just saying. All the times I ever thought somebody was hurting me through words or because they broke up with me or whatever, I was just letting things get to me that shouldn't be getting to me. Perhaps the confusion arises because life is not always what it seems. As a species, we are obsessed with the superficial appearance. Not me necessarily. Obviously, with the big beard and tattoos. If y'all didn't know, that's used. You can't read it maybe, but it did used to say Carpe Diem. If I could have it gone back over and make it more legible. This tattoo actually says search, but it's the first one I ever got on my face. That was in 1999. A lot of people over the years thought it said Sarah. It doesn't. It says search. We all have filters on, so we mostly see only what we want to see. When you finally open your eyes, you may be shocked at the obscured way you have been viewing the world to suit your own little plans. With those filters removed, you can take a closer look into yourself and ask objective questions about the universe and your place in it. In other words, investigate the meaning of life. So what is life all about? Well, you often hear that. Life is a journey, but a journey to where exactly? Some people say that life is all about acquiring knowledge. If that's true, then why do smart people always dress so badly? There are those who say that life has no purpose. It just is. Whoa. That's just so deep. Then there are people who say that we're simply here to have a family. After all, the desperate need to replace ourselves is etched into the genetic map of every living thing. I'd say that's true. Life must go on. However, this means that our entire existence is driven by our primitive sexual urges. Okay, sure, a long weekend maybe, but our entire existence? I don't think so. I don't think so either. Sexual desires don't drive me. I mean, of course, I'm human. I've had them, and I have them sometimes, but it's never been the main focus of my life. Often I've had girlfriends that would get mad at me because I didn't want to have do the deed as often as they did. I just, if a week goes by and I don't have sex and I had a girlfriend, she'd get mad. I don't mean to sound funny or nothing, but sometimes of course I enjoyed it. I enjoyed having it, but sometimes after a while of being with someone, that's not the important part. Like when you're first involved and you first get physical, yeah, you might be rolling with it and having it all the time and doing a lot more together. But, as you grow, the longer you're together, then it's good to have separate times where you can go do other things and you don't just dwell on getting it on and stuff. That's my opinion. I think a good relationship is based on friendship. A good romantic relationship is first starting off as good friends, and then you proceed into the next level. Although you could get into a sticky situation where you're messing up a friendship. I thank God that the girl Sarah that I was really good friends with, we had a romantic relation, but we always had an agreement that we were friends first, and that's where we were going to always be, no matter if we were boyfriend and girlfriend. So, in fact, come a tiny bit closer, and I'll let you in on a little secret. All these ideas sound completely stupid. The only theme that resonates throughout the numerous popular life theories is love. Love, in all its fragile forms, is the one powerful, enduring force that brings real meaning to our everyday lives. And I'm going to choose that particular place in the book to stop for the moment. I'm going to mark this page here. Hold on a second. I'll just set the book down that way, and then I'll put something in there so I know where to start back. So this is part one of the meaning of life, me sharing it. I may see how much more I can do later in another video, which would be part two. But I don't know. I kind of want to. This is a cool book. I've read it. It's simple, but with the pictures, it's going to take a little longer. And I think this is just fine. I hope y'all have enjoyed me sharing this little fun book with you, The Meaning of Life, with all the cool pictures. We're not done with it. I don't know what it don't have. Okay. So I'll be starting back on page 34. So we've gotten up to 33 pages with the pictures and this little bit of text. And the video right now is at 13 minutes and something. And so I'm going to leave it there. So it's, the longer I keep talking and blabbing my mouth, the longer the video gets going and the longer it's going to take to upload. So I hope all of you are having a good morning. And by the way, I'm not going to have surgery on my arm. The bones it's healing together so well now. Since I missed having surgery. They were going to have surgery right after I broke it, but then they had to get this thing on my back fixed first, which was the cyst. And then now I missed last week for the surgery, but I've got my new cast. I go back to see them in 3 weeks. He said probably in 3 weeks when I see him, the bone will be about completely mended. They might still have another appointment after that, to come back. But hopefully they might just take this off in 3 weeks and put me in something a little, more comfortable. But anyway, there I have rambled on again. But I thought you might not need to know it, but you might have been curious to what was going on with my arm. So until next time, Mr. Cloud, old gray cloud, sage of the eternal moment. Over and out. Ditto.